work it, make it, do it, makes us harder, better, faster, stronger.
Hey everybody on YouTube, how you guys doing? Today is Friday, May 29, 2009, and the last day of the calendar month for Prepaid Legal Associates, meaning all of our business out here in California has to be turned in by 12 o'clock p.m. today, so I know that was kind of stressful for some of us, but you know, we got it done. And we are concluding the month. I know you guys are wondering who this is. This is the famous Mr. Darryl Drake. He's a manager in the organization, actually the newest manager in the organization, and I've spoken about him a few times on my last vlogs, but now you guys actually get an opportunity to meet from him. And he's been doing some incredible things. Like I said, he is such a hard worker and just achieving so much and helping so many people out. So I want to spend today devoted to you, Mr. Drake.
Thank you, thank you.
The famous Mr. Drake. First off, if you wouldn't mind introducing yourself officially and letting everybody know what your background is and how you got involved with Prepaid Legal.
Okay, yeah, definitely. My name is Mr. Drake, Darryl Drake, like she told you. And based on my background before Prepaid Legal, it was just, you know, going to school. I got a scholarship to go to UCSD, so I was attending that school, and then transferred back over to San Bernardino. And then my best friend introduced me to this company. I was already in the company, and I seen the compensation plan at Prepaid Legal. So I looked at the compensation plan and I joined, and the rest is history. So that's basically it.
Yeah.
High school and college.
Since you've been working with us, I mean, has it been a lot of what do you think you've gotten the most out? Like, has it been the most fun, educational, or just kind of like the best opportunity to grow? What would you say is, like, you know?
When I first joined Prepaid, I thought the biggest thing that I could gain from this would be the finances, but as I grew as a Prepaid Legal Associate, I noticed that the greatest thing you can get from this is just a friendship and the self-development, the personal development. So I personally believe that in order to have success, you have to be personally developed, and so that's what I learned from this company.
Yeah, look at you. You were what, 20?
20
years old, see. So I'm always just excited and inspired when I get to work so close with people like this. Seriously, you guys. I mean, you know, we're hitting up. So, you know, we're going to jump right in. I did want to tell everybody about your major achievement. We are in the Southern California Marketplace, Inland Empire, out here with Mr. Christopher Hughes. I've spoken about that before, but we have a special acknowledgement that takes place at the beginning of every month, and this guy actually happened to be the one to receive the reward for that, and so let him know what it is I'm talking about and kind of how you feeling about all that. What did you do?
Basically, at the end of the month, like Mr. Steele said, we tally up who does the most production as far as recruits, and last month I had the honor of actually getting that. So in Prepaid Legal, we like to recognize, you know, those people that are doing good. So my prize for getting that was this. We have a lot of humor, as you can tell, and you know, I'm young, so they thought that they would humor me to get this. So it means a lot to me because it's not really the plaque that means so much as what it represents. And for me, what it represents is, you know, I don't have to pay to get into the trainings, and I can sit up with some of the top leaders that actually were able to put me in the position that I'm in now. And, you know, so I'm right there on the front row with them, and taking notes, and you know, hopefully being top recruiter will put me in a better position later.
You know what I really like about the top recruiter position is that, and then when I look at you at the front of the room, it gives you the experience of being an executive director. And when, you know how they say, like, once you can really, like, feel something, it just makes you that much closer to achieving it. So, you know, I'm a little envious. No, not really. I'm really proud of Mr. Drake, Darryl, you know, for achieving that. So, why don't you tell everybody, like, kind of how you did it as far as the month that you got it was for the month of April. That's when you earned the top recruiter position. Like, what were your, like, exposures, three-way sit-downs, personal development events? What was that like, and how often did you participate in that activity?
Yeah, you asked me a lot at once, but we'll go with exposures first. Exposures is like our company, our system is like you need 2 exposures a day. And before the month of April, I was kind of finding ways to go around that. And last month, I just basically made up in my mind that I wasn't going to find any excuses. So basically every day last month, I made sure I at least got my 2 exposures. We also have something where you have to plug into your upline to get them on 3 ways and things like that. And I made sure I kept hitting my uplines up with call after call. I never invited to my own briefing, and that's basically it. Just following the system, and that's what got me in the position that I was in. So.
Sticking to the system, that's core, that's key. I also want to ask you, because this is the first time that everybody's seeing you, so what would you say so far in this business has proven to be your biggest weakness versus your biggest strength? Because we all have weaknesses, you're not just,
My biggest weakness would have to have been just remaining coachable. I have great leaders. They tell me a lot of things, but being so young, it was hard for me to stick to that system, and that's why it took me a little bit of time to have success in the company or the success that I wanted, and I'm still far away from that. But basically, my biggest thing was just not sticking to the system. So those of you that are watching, make sure you stick to the system. Pay attention to your leadership because they know they've been there and they've done that. So.
Cut off some time. What about your strength?
My strength would have to be
your charm, right? Ladies man. No?
My strength would be just me not being scared to basically go out and introduce the company to a lot of people. So that's my strength. And that should be everyone's strength, actually. It's just going out and making sure everyone knows about what you're doing. And you should be prideful in what you're doing, because this company or any company is basically you're doing it to put yourself in a better position. So you should never be ashamed of what you're doing and talk to everybody you know.
So confidence. You do have a lot of posture and confidence, and that stands out even outside the business. You do have a lot going for you in that area. So also, what's like your biggest motivation in this company? You know how they say there's the reds, the yellows, blues, greens. So how would you classify yourself?
I don't know, my biggest motivation to this company, in this company, would have to be just seeing that there's people that made it in this company, but not being so far away from me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm working foot in foot, hand in hand with people that have actually made it in the company, and that's my biggest motivation. Knowing that the success that I want to achieve is so close, and there's people willing to help me. So that's what keeps me motivated.
Cool. So it's wonderful to be in a position, because like in corporate America, we all have jobs, but like in corporate America, a lot of times it's kind of like you're in a competition. Mm-hmm. Whereas here, you can feel safe about being successful, knowing that everyone around you wants you to be successful too. So I like that. Yeah. What's your goal for the month of? We're concluding the month of May. I know we didn't touch too much on May, but I know you got some awesome results this month too, right?
Yeah.
But what's your goal for the month of June? Because this will be the month that anything you qualify, this is where you'll be recognized at our summer retreat in Palm Springs with Team Freedom. Team Freedom. So where do you want everybody to see you as at that retreat?
Well, definitely at our team event, I'm no doubt going to be director 25, director 50. And basically that's my goal as far as production wise. I want to have at least 10 people there. At the event, and mostly the production wise, I want to at least have made between $4,000 to $5,000 by the time Palm Springs get here. So.
$45,000?
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, yeah. That's a good goal. I can see you doing it. Okay, so we're gonna wrap this thing up because I know we've been talking for a while. I know that I tell you guys, at the end of every one of these, I'm going to say what stood out to me the most this week. And I also want you to tell them, too. So far what stood out to me the most this week, personally, is duplication. I've been listening to the Jeff Olson Power Training, and they say I'm going to listen to that till it's stuck in your head. So it's like my third run-through, and he always touches on duplication. And I actually had my upline just tell me last night how important it is to make sure everything I'm doing is duplicatable. Because sometimes people tell me that I'm like a chicken with my head cut off and just running around, and I don't have a problem doing excessive activity because I love doing what I do. At the same time, if I want to recruit an organization that can move away from me, that's like the biggest thing that I'm really trying to get down. And so, what about you? What's the biggest thing you got out of this week you learned about yourself?
Can I be honest with you guys?
Be honest.
The main thing that stuck out to me, and it was kind of hard to break the ice in the beginning, but the main thing that stuck out to me is you're not going to always get what you want, but you're definitely going to get what you work for. So, and I say that to say, like, I mean, a lot of people get into this company saying they want to have lotto crews, and they do all the right activities, but maybe they don't get the production that they want. But I feel like if you keep working at something that you'll get what you want, and that proved itself over and over this whole the past month. I worked hard, and I should have maybe had 30 people in, but 5 got in, and it was just for me being persistent. So
cool.
Definitely.
I love that. I'm gonna say that you don't always get what you want, but you definitely get what you work for.
Yeah.
Sometimes we trick ourselves into thinking that because we're doing all this work, we're going to have these results, but your work is going to play, it's going to work itself out. It will reveal to you what you've been spending your time doing, right?
Definitely.
So I like that.
Yeah.
Okay, well, thank you guys for tuning in again. You're definitely going to see some more of this guy because he is moving up the ranks so fast. So pay attention to him, and nice seeing you guys on this evening, May 29th. God bless you, and I'll see you Monday. So you guys in
Faster, stronger.
That don't kill me, can only make us stronger.